Raith Rovers won at Ibrox for the first time since November 1959 to reach the Scottish Cup quarter-finals and add to Rangers' woes. Ryan Conroy curled in an excellent early second-half free kick to give Grant Murray's men the lead. It was short-lived with on loan Haris Vuckic levelling on his Rangers debut. Rovers still looked the more likely to find a winner, and Christian Nade took advantage of a defensive mix-up to fire home the winner. It was a blunt performance from Rangers, and this exit follows semi-final defeats in the League Cup to Celtic and to Alloa in the Petrofac Training Cup. For Rovers boss Murray, who had seen his team lose 4-0 and 6-1 to Rangers in the Championship this season, it was a second cup success over the Ibrox outfit after the Challenge Cup final win last season. On loan Newcastle man Vuckic and Remie Streete, two of the 5 players who joined Rangers from St James Park during the week, started in Kenny McDowall's side. It was an eerie atmosphere at Ibrox, save for a small band of fans chanting their displeasure at the board in the sparse 11,422 crowd. There was little to cheer on the park, with neither goalkeeper having much to do in the opening quarter of the game. Nade provided a nervy moment when he directed a Grant Anderson cross the wrong side of the post. At the other end, Ricky Foster twice delivered a good cross from the right onto the head of John Daly, the second of which produced a fine save from David McGurn. Again though, Rovers threatened, and only the slightest touch from Foster managed to nudge Paul Watson's header onto the post and into the grateful hands of Steve Simonson. Ian Black, Kenny Miller and Lee McCulloch all fired in shots from distance, but there was no onslaught for the Kirkcaldy men to contend with. Dale Carrick could have given the visitors a half-time lead had he not rushed a shot at goal after Black lost possession in midfield. Rovers had fired enough warnings and they broke the deadlock when Conroy's free kick gave them the lead. It sparked a reaction, and when Kyle Hutton picked out Vuckic on the left-hand side, he was able to pick his spot in the far corner. However, the hosts could not get a grip of the game as Rovers continued to fancy their chances, and they fell behind for a second time. Simonson and Foster got themselves into a mess trying to clear Jason Thompson's low ball, and the ball squirmed its way to Nade, who thumped the loose ball into the empty net. Anderson went close to a third, with Simonson having to block his shot, but substitute Chris Boyd should have forced a replay when he sent a free header wide in front of goal. It told the story of the game that even with 5 minutes added on, it was the visitors who created the better chances as they comfortably secured a last 8 spot.